Hey everyone, today I'm continuing my deep dive into the so-called scholarly evidence presented by Bandy Lee at the Arizona Joint Legislative Ad Hoc Committee on Family Court Orders just a couple of weeks ago. Now, Lee claims that family courts across the country almost always have the same outcome when abuse is alleged, which according to her is the majority of custody cases. But let's hit pause right there. Does anyone really believe that most child custody cases involve abuse? That's a massive claim, and honestly I haven't seen any reliable source to back it up. Lee goes on to say that custody is almost always taken away from stable, nurturing parents and handed over to abusers, and justifies this by referencing Meyer, 2020. Here's where I have to step in. Sure, Meyer makes some big statements, but her conclusions are highly disputed, and get this, her study has failed replication at least 3 separate times. The idea that judges routinely give custody to known abusers, sorry, but that doesn't pass the smell test. Lee then quotes Dreyfus, 2023, arguing that the more obvious the abuse, the harsher the system's response against good parents, and the more evidence you present, the more retaliation you face. But let's keep it real. Dreyfus is a newspaper reporter, not an expert, and the article Lee refers to isn't peer-reviewed research. Are we supposed to take media commentary as hard evidence? That's not how scholarship works. But Lee doesn't stop there. She leans on a Wall Street Journal article to say she's never seen supervised visits applied to dangerous parents, and that reunification camps are basically torture camps. Look, just because someone says they've never seen something, that doesn't make it universal truth. Courts do order supervised visitation, and what Lee calls dangerous might just be allegations that didn't hold up under scrutiny. And about those torture camps, reunification programs have actually been studied, and several peer-reviewed articles show they're safe and effective despite what some activists claim. So what's the big takeaway here? Don't just accept wild claims at face value, especially when the so-called evidence turns out to be newspaper articles or studies that can't be replicated. And if someone's relying on scare tactics or ignoring scientific consensus, maybe it's time to ask more questions. If you found this helpful, hit like and share. Let's keep the facts front and center. See you next time.